Your first real business, student magazine, how would you go about using a company's competitors to get advertising?
Well, I was working out of the school phone box, and in those days, you had to put money into the phone box in order to keep the phone calls going. And early on, I put some money in, and I got cut off. So I rang up the operator, and I said, "Operator, I've been cut off," and I put some money in the box, and they went, "Oh, no problem. So we'll just put you through." I thought, well, that's good. And so I would keep ringing the operator and saying I've been cut off, and they would keep putting me through. So now I had my own secretary working for me, which was the British Telecom operator, and I wasn't paying for the phone calls. And then I sort of started to learn from trying to sell advertising in order to get the magazine going. I didn't have any money. I needed to sell £4,000 worth of advertising to cover the printing and the paper costs. I learned early on that if you said to Coke that Pepsi were interested in taking an ad, that they would jump in and say, oh, well, we better take an ad too. If you said to National Westminster Bank that Barclays were interested in taking an ad, then they would jump in. So I learnt the art of bullsh, as we call this in England, quite early on, and ended up having Pepsi and Coke because and the National Westminster Bank and Barclays, and managed to get enough advertising to pay for the printing and the paper of 50,000 magazines. And the headmaster said to me, you either stay at school and do your schoolwork, or you can leave the school and do your magazine. And so I said, just turning 16, and I'm off. Thank you very much. And I left school.
Why, when journalists would come to visit you to do stories on you, would you make the phones ring off the hook?
I would have people downstairs. The journalists would be doing interviews, and I mean, it was going to be a very dull interview unless I could get some excitement going. So my phone started ringing, and oh, it's Mick Jagger on that phone. I don't know. Anyway, when you're building a company without any financial backing from scratch, you need to make it a little sexier than it really is. And in those early days, we just threw everything we could at trying to make it succeed.